Hi friends, welcome. If it the first time with you, subscribe to never miss an upload. In this video you are going to watch 10 most dangerous countries in the world. Number 10. Iraq. Iraq has faced numerous challenges over the years due to war and conflict, highly being a dangerous country to visit. Suicide bombings, assassinations, and sectarian violence are still prevalent in many parts of the country. The conflict between the central government and the autonomous Kurdish region adds further complexity. It has caused tensions to rise and has resulted in violence, making the situation even more precarious. The infrastructure in Iraq has been severely damaged due to years of war and conflict. It has also affected the economy. As a result, corruption, unemployment rates are high, and poverty is prevalent in many areas of the country. Number 9. Sudan. When it comes to travel destinations, this African nation is often considered one of the most dangerous countries to visit in the world. Sudan and South Sudan was, in fact, one country until 2011 when the latter became a new nation on its own. Since gaining independence, the nation has experienced internal conflicts. The overthrow of President Omar al-Bashir in April 2019 after 30 years in power led to ongoing tensions and transitional government negotiations. Regions such as Darfur, Blue Nile, and South Kordofan have been conflict zones for years, with clashes between government forces, rebel groups, and ethnic violence. Number 8. Somalia. Somalia, a country plagued by lawlessness and anarchy for decades, has earned its reputation as one of the most dangerous countries in the world. Ravaged by civil war, famine, and piracy, it is a land where chaos reigns supreme. The militant group Al-Shabaab, an offshoot of the notorious Al-Qaeda, continues to sow terror throughout the nation, launching deadly attacks on both civilians and government forces, and rampant corruption and a lack of basic infrastructure only worsen the living conditions for the average Somali citizen. Number 7. Ukraine. Ukraine is a nation caught in a geopolitical tug-of-war between the East and the West. The ongoing conflict in eastern Ukraine, which began in 2014, has increased tensions between Ukraine and Russia. With support from Moscow, pro-Russian separatists have seized control of parts of Ukraine's Donetsk and Luhansk regions, leading to a war that has claimed the lives of thousands of people and displaced millions more. Since then, Ukraine is considered the least safe country in the world for travelers. Despite efforts to improve the situation, Ukraine remains politically unstable and corrupt, with a struggling economy. The economy has struggled to recover from the conflict, with high inflation levels, unemployment, and poverty. Number 6. Russia. Its foreign policy is often characterized by aggression and power plays. In 2014, Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine, which sparked international condemnation and sanctions against Russia. Russia has also been accused of meddling in foreign elections, including the 2016 U.S. presidential election. These actions have earned Russia a reputation as the most violent country in the world. Domestically, Russia faces several challenges as well. Political dissent is often met with harsh repression, and the government has been accused of human rights abuses. Corruption is rampant, with bribery and embezzlement being significant issues in both the public and private sectors. Number 5. Democratic Republic of Congo has been labeled as one of the most dangerous countries in the world due to a number of factors. One of the main reasons is the presence of armed groups and militias, many of which have been involved in ongoing conflicts in the country for decades. There are over 130 of them in eastern DRC. These armed groups operate in remote areas of the country and engage in rape, murder, and robbery. Civilians are often caught in the crossfire of these conflicts and can become victims of violence or forced displacement. Furthermore, DRC's infrastructure and transportation systems often is poor, mismanagement of funds intended for public services, leading to inadequate health care, education, and essential services for the population. Number 4. South Sudan. South Sudan became an independent nation on July 9, 2011, after a referendum was held in January. Despite the initial optimism and hopes for a bright future, the country has struggled to maintain stability. Since then, ethnic tensions and political power struggles have exacerbated the situation. President Salva Kiir and his former vice president, Riek Machar, have been at odds since South Sudan's independence. In December 2013, their power struggle escalated into a civil war, displacing millions of people and claiming thousands of lives. The conflict has been marked by brutal atrocities on both sides, including rape, murder, and the use of child soldiers. Hence, the country is in the top place on a list of the most dangerous countries in the world. The humanitarian situation in South Sudan is dire, with famine and disease rampant throughout the country. Number 3. Syria. Syria's ongoing conflict, making it one of the most violent countries in the world. Since the outbreak of civil war in 2011, the country has become a hotspot for violence and instability, with numerous armed factions vying for control of territory and resources. The latest catastrophic event to have occurred is the Turkey-Syria earthquake, which struck in February 2023. Sadly, the earthquake resulted in a devastating loss of life, with over 50,000 deaths reported. The disaster also caused significant damage to 116 health facilities, leaving many people without access to crucial medical care. As a result, an estimated 18 million people are in need of urgent humanitarian assistance. A staggering 90% of Syrians were living below the poverty line, while at least 12 million individuals out of a remaining population of approximately 16 million were experiencing food insecurity. In addition to the conflict, the country is also grappling with a high risk of infectious disease, partly due to the breakdown of public health infrastructure. Nearly 40,000 deaths caused by diseases like cholera and measles have been reported in various parts of the country. Limited access to health care facilities means that many people struggle to receive adequate medical care. Its citizens are more miserable by economic sanctions and political instability. Syria is among the world's most dangerous countries for journalists. Number 2. Yemen. Yemen has been embroiled in a civil war since 2015, with various factions vying for government control. Hence, it resulted in widespread violence, displacement, and a humanitarian crisis that has left millions of people in dire need of aid. In addition, Yemen has seen a surge in criminal activity, including kidnappings and armed robberies, further adding to the danger visitors face. Its crime rate is also the highest level compared to other countries, which is 68.93%. The major tribes in Yemen have a reputation for engaging in criminal activities such as looting and kidnapping. They possess significant weaponry and have autonomy in their local territories. Unfortunately, tourists are at risk of being kidnapped and mistreated by these tribes and may need to pay a hefty ransom to secure their release. The torrential rains and flooding that hit most cities have made travel here unsafe and difficult. The flooding has damaged roads and bridges, making travel by land challenging and risky. In some areas, roads have been thoroughly washed away, and bridges have collapsed, making it impossible to travel by vehicle. Number 1. Afghanistan. Afghanistan has long been considered the most dangerous country in the world. The nation's tumultuous history, ongoing conflict, and high levels of violence have earned it this dubious distinction. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and rise thumbs up if you like the video.